Greetings, everyone. Welcome. No fanfare because we're going to get right to it. No clips. I know we don't want to be too loud. The Christmas hangover is for you. I don't have Christmas hangovers. I don't have Christmas hangovers anymore. And it's fucking great. It's great. It is great. Already been to the gym. My wife's having people over. I was supposed to get ice. I totally forgot. So I'm a little bit of trouble, but sure nothing some bribery can't get away from. Can't get away from it all. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We are going to finish up your very generous and awesome super chats from Christmas. Sorry, I couldn't do this yesterday. I fell asleep. Sorry. I did an old man thing and I ate some dinner and crashed the hell out. Like in my recliner. It was awesome. But sorry, I missed it. So we're here now. Actually, I need to share this over in YouTube. So please bear with me for just a mo as I pull this up and try not to listen to myself, which makes me insane. Christmas Square Up is live on Nerdrotic Live. There. That is shared. Let's see who's here. Bearded Old Bear. Sentai Ranger Donnie. Von Zoli. Hi Guy Reviewing. Gawker's Death Rattle. Donald McNamara. I almost said, Father Christopher Miller. You could take a day off too. What's up, Golden Nuggets? Yeah, feed. That's what I typed in I was at the gym trying to be snarky and throw shit at Jay, and I just managed to type fee. Fee. We are the Knights of Fee. George M is here. Mike is here. William Money is here. Naratu is here. Goodwrench. I have seen most of the first episode of Squid Game season 2. I don't hate it. It's compelling. I haven't finished it yet because I had to do this. Haven't seen Nosferatu yet. Was going to do that last night and said, nah, I just want to be around the house. So we're going to see that tonight. Funny thing is, like my local theaters around me for the showtime I want. Pretty sold out. So I needed 5 tickets. So I had to find some theater across town. Across town. Looks like Razor Fist liked it. That's pretty cool. That's a good sign. By the way, very casual stream. I'm going to probably be vaping on my slightly less gay, but still pretty gay vape and drinking fucking Starbucks coffee because, sometimes convenience has to take priority over anything good. All right. So I can't wait to see Nosferatu. I'm okay with Squid Game so far, but we're talking like 35 minutes into the first episode. It's pretty much dealing with the consequences. And it starts out like, without getting any detailed spoilers, it starts out directly after season 1, and then it jumps to 2 years later. That's all I'll say. It jumps to 2 years later. So we'll see. We will see. We will see if Netflix can pull off a good season 2. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice. Dave Gibbs, welcome. Fenrick's welcome. Grim, welcome. Let's get going. I'm going to do the best I can because I don't have an X-Ray girl to make a list for me. So I kind of had to remember and go back at the old stream and look where I left off. If I miss a couple, they will be made up. I can read them on FNT or something. That's when my people are off. My people. My diversity hires. I gave my diversity hires like any good lord, English lord. I gave my diversity hires the day off today. I gave them some scraps from my table. I gave them all the broken gifts my children broke, my little lordly and lady children. So I put it in a little box for the servants and sent them home and gave them 1 day off this year because I am a good and benevolent Lord, English Lord. Happy Boxing Day. I love that the English aristocracy pats himself on the back. We gave the help a day off today. We fed them our table scraps. We are good people. Happy Hanukkah out there to everybody. Happy Hanukkah. All right, let's start with huge ass on the Streamlabs side. Huge ass for $5. It's Hugh Jass. Okay, huge ass. Merry Christmas, Gary, Az, and Mahler. Thanks so much for a wonderful year of sensible content. We're fucked if any of our content is sensible. My 2024 highlights from you guys will be Mahler's reaction to Jabba saving the day. Gary on the Ryandlo rap and fucking pronouns. Here's to 2025, boys. Fucking pronouns. It's been over a year since Az's fucking pronouns. It was amazing. It was a good time. Super pot roast for $10. Merry Christmas. What are your thoughts about the news that Nolan's next film is actually The Odyssey and not vampires? I think I'd rather see Nolan vampire film myself. Yeah, I wonder where they got the vampire thing from. I wonder if it was Nolan trolling Nolan. Was it trolling Nolan or just a full of shit scooper? I think it's probably a full of shit scooper because most scoopers are full of shit. Or what happens is they get a couple right and they decide to build a career around it, and then they have to find new ones. They have to find new ones. It's tough. It's a rough life being the scooper. Yeah, I'm down. I'm completely down. I'm there first show, first day to see Nolan's Odyssey. I am fucking down. And then I want him to do Gilgamesh after that. Like, let's just go there. Do Gilgamesh after the Odyssey. Let's go deeper in the past. Let's see some Nolan Nephilim. Nolan Giants. Do another Jason and the Argonauts. Nolan's Jason and the Argonauts. That's hard to top, man. That is a all-timer for me. Jason and the Argonauts. Wish that was in 4K. I really do. And that was okay. And then J Recco 257 for 624. Hail. It's rare that I am with family this time of year, so the streams help. It is rare I am with family this time of year, so the streams help. I'm recovering from back surgery. Oh no. And the family are with me. The house is filled with conversation, smell, and baking. Good vibes. Thanks for the annual streams, guys. You are so welcome. They're our pleasure. And I'm glad you're with your family. Back surgery sucks. I would most likely, unless it was like life-threatening, just refuse it and deal. I've seen so many, but I'm glad you got through it. I don't want to make you feel bad for getting back surgery. Hold on, hang on. This freaking I don't know why I stuck with Chrome. Damn it. But now I can see you again. I'm back. All right, let's go to the YouTube side. And what are y'all doing for Boxing Day? Oh, that's why I've got like 1,000 windows up. Hang on. Okay. That usually helps. Bump, ba-dum, ba-dum, bump. Okay. I got my list up. Sorry for the silences. Those are fucking lame. That's why people go do when they're fucking doing things to try to keep you entertained. While we're like, I'm senseless. I'm like, why do I have Ryan levels of windows up right now? This is ridiculous. All right, we've got to reread Robert McDonald's for $100. Christmas can be a rough one, but only winners get both Sprinkles and Rob. I don't attend funerals for losers. Go fill a couple of boxes with some food and clothes and drive around offering your local homeless to take what they want. Be a hero, not a quitter tonight. Be a hero, not a quitter. Lee for £2 says, Gary, you said it right. Make a great Superman movie first. Yes, that's, not a stupid cartoon. Don't plan a Supergirl movie. Don't even think about the Authority. Make a great, not a good, great Superman movie. Put all your resources on it. The first thing I would have done is not let Tom King near anything. The fact that he's there, the fact that Tom King is in there poisons the fact that Drew Goddard's there in their like writing and whatever it's not a writing room, but it's like a story group, something like that. I don't know what they called it. But Tom King like almost counteracts any good Drew Goddard can do because Tom King sucks. Former CIA recruiter working in comics. That's sus, as the kids say. That's sus. Not to shift to politics, but what's with the Arcane season 2 hate? Is it solely? Oh, we read this one. Mahler. It wasn't because of the lesbo kiss. It was because it's rushed and it looks like they really did something similar to Game of Thrones to where it's like a show catering to shipping. You know, like there's going to be romance and hookups in a TV show, and you can root for that. But when you open, like, there's rooting for that, and then there's shipping. Shipping is weird. Shipping has ruined fandom. But I think mostly from what I observed, which I could not go on, it really Arcane for me was always borderline. It's borderline intersectional. And dips over their hand. But the animation and the story and the character reverence was so good in the first one that's just gone. And one of Mahler's worries was they were going to take Jinx and turn her into like a fucking Harley Quinn, right? Harley Quinn's a horrible character now. Has been for years. Harley Quinn should die. Harley Quinn is useless. Harley Quinn is to sell shit at Hot Topic. They've tried to turn her into a feminist icon when she is the Joker's battered girlfriend. That's all she is. That's all she's supposed to be. You take her beyond that, she becomes incredibly boring. And DC tried to make her their Deadpool, right? And for a long time, they succeeded with merchandise sales. But as far as story-wise, couldn't give a fuck. We not so famously did The Killing Woke, where a couple of people very well animated our story breakdown of the Joker just fucking shooting Harley Quinn in the head. Taker 6, and that was RJ Hobbs. Thank you for the $10. Taker 610 for $5. Gary, do you remember Jupiter Ascending from the Wachowskis? Yes, I do. I have been trying to bug Mahler into giving it an EFAP movie treatment for years. It's pretty bad. It had some like concepts that were good, that, I mean, like, but if you go back and watch it, oof. Dead and Dug Up for $1.99. Have you guys seen the Harley Quinn fart comic crap? I've heard about it. And you know what? Comics don't even fucking matter anymore. Like, who cares? If they, like, I'm all for acceleration. A fart comic, conceptually, I mean, is it like scratch and sniff? And is it like Hot Topic girl fucking current crop of DC and Marvel editors fart comic? I don't know. I've been so out of it. It's hard for me. It could be the greatest comic book ever written for all I know. I don't know. I fucking know. All I know is if I had a store now, and the Big Two's big strategy is to bring back Scott fucking Snyder on Batman, I'd be a little frustrated. If their big strategy was to just sell us old comic books, when I can sell which is fucking hilarious. Some of these retro covers that they bring back, I see them on the shelf, and some of them are hitting like $10 or $12, right? I'm like, you can go buy the original of that one for $5 in the bin right now. It's over here. It's fucking ridiculous. So they're repackaging their old shit. They're regurgitating fucking Scott Snyder, and it's just like, oh God. And I don't give a fuck how Absolute Batman, whatever the fuck it's called. It doesn't even matter. The whole thought process of let's put Scott Snyder on Batman. That'll bring everybody back. That's the most fucking uninspired decision. I know for a fact there was a guy behind the scenes who's a better writer than fucking Scott Snyder. Like Scott Snyder's done some good stuff in the past, right? But he's also like really overrated. But yeah. Here's the deal. Superman, and then I don't think I can't say for sure for Batman, but Superman becomes public domain soon. Very soon. So we'll all get a chance to write Superman soon. Be kind of awesome. But as far as the Big Two, they're getting long in the tooth. They don't have talented people. They can't afford the talented people. The people who do want to work with them and try to fix things don't really want to deal with the corporate structure of Warner Brothers, particularly now, and Disney. That's all I can say about that. So it's just going to fade slowly into obscurity as it tries to repackage old comics or sell you fucking 18 variants, and they're just going to keep doing the same shit, like the exact same shit they were doing when I was selling comics over a decade ago. It goes back 20 years when I bought my store. 21 years ago, I bought my store, and they're doing the same shit. It doesn't matter. It kills me to say it, but it just doesn't matter. Comics don't matter. Not here. They matter, we'll use the word comics. Drawn picture books that tell a sequential story, sequential art, manga, bande dessinée. Bande dessinée matters in France. Manga matters in Asia. American superhero comics, intellectual property placeholders at this point. It's very sad. My favorite hobby. Starting a tradition with my wife and daughter during Christmas, we are watching all 3 extended editions of the Lord of the Rings movie. That's a hell of a tradition. La Garrett for $4.99. Good man. Would be cool if sea monsters were attacking Santa. It would. Like Santa versus like kaijus. Fabian Finley for 5 British pounds. Bob's mind is stuck on repeat. Yes, Bob Iger. Merry Christmas, gentlemen. Apparently, in the Who special, the plump Irish girl delivers a lefty liberal speech. Oh dear, but do check out Tom Baker's Christmas. I already did. His voice is still clear. Very moving. It was very moving. It was great. Love Tom Baker. Yeah, go watch that. I haven't watched the special. Yeah. I'll probably watch it before FNT. But I'm done. I'm done. I'm at the point where I was with Star Trek Discovery. It's just like it's not even relevant to the conversation. Like even if you're gonna go, and I'm gonna report on this as far as the conversation of the pop culture war or whatever, or just to chronicle like how much like they can fuck up an intellectual property with identity politics and ideology. It's not even worth. They're just repeating the same mistakes. And it's the apathy phase. It's the apathy phase. Like the fact that Paramount allowed Alex Kurtzman to make 5 seasons, the fact that Disney is even thinking about going beyond 2 seasons, then you get what you deserve and you will be in apathy. And the worst part is that IP you own is now greatly, and I mean greatly, devalued. There are probably some numbers shitheads who have convinced themselves that no, actually Star Trek has increased in value in the intellectual property. Bullshit. Then make a fucking movie. Start making some merchandising. Tell me how valuable this IP is. I can for a free lunch, I could sit down with an executive who's never watched, I promise you, has never watched a fucking episode of Star Trek or Doctor Who, and I go, you have killed these brands probably forever. As far as their maximum value, they've already achieved their maximum value. They have now reached maturity and they are on decline. You are headed towards the era of diminishing returns. Can you still get something for them? Sure. Could you have gotten more for them if you just didn't make Kurtzman Trek at all? Yes, it would still be valuable. Yes. If you had just ended Doctor Who at Capaldi, waited a little while, it'd be more valuable. But now it is less valuable. Same goes for Star Wars. Now it is less valuable. So you can rebuild this franchise out of, would make it as, because we call them zombie franchises. Star Trek is turning into a zombie franchise. Doctor Who, I would argue, is a zombie franchise. Star Wars, I would argue, is a zombie franchise. The best you can hope for is you could reanimate the corpse for a little while and have it walk around. Problem is, dead is dead. Even it's walking around, it fucking stinks and it's still rotting. Vault it, sit on it, wait for greater creative minds to come in and take a shot at it. Try to tell a story first, like a good one, before you want to sell toys or plan 8 movies or plan a universe or anything. I mean, this isn't rocket science, folks. But very highly paid people cannot figure this shit out for some reason, for the life of them. And it's something you guys could figure it out a long time ago. Steve Watson for 20 British pounds. What if, what the fuck is with the abhorrent love affair fetish and celebrating organized crime in the likes of the Penguin and Tulsa King, an equivalent to the wargasms and wereaboos and tankies? Those are British terms I'm not familiar with. A love affair with organized crime. I think we find it compelling. Well, it's part of American history. You guys have your gangsters over there too. It's called the royal family. You really love those gangsters. Come on, Steve. The love affair with it's part of Americana. It's kind of like the love affair with the West. The West was brutal, absolutely brutal. But yeah, I like wizards. I like spaceships. I like sci-fi. I like fantasy. And I like a drug deal gone bad because they're just good stories. They're fun to watch. And just because we like to watch the Penguin. We see, Steve, I get what you're saying, but we don't want to become the PMRC. We don't want to become like, there's violence in video games that will lead you to Satan. Stop with that shit. We fought that shit in the 90s. Stop. Okay. People, human beings, sane human beings can separate it. It's just a game. It's just a movie. We get it. It is part of our culture, but Tulsa King it's more than a mob story. It's a character driven. The Penguin is the origin. You knew what you're getting into. This is the origin of an evil dude. And that's what they meant to do. Now, why do we see more of those stories, Steve? That would be the better question, because they're easier to tell. It's way more difficult to tell an inspiring story. That's why often Hollywood has to take a true story and embellish on it. But it's harder. It's easier to start a Song of Ice and Fire. It is. You have to have a good, George R. Martin has a good mind for world building and stuff. But as far as like, oh, I'm just going to kill the hero and the main bad guy in the first act and see what happens, that shit's easy. It's giving a satisfying ending to that. See, because George will never do that. So we can't say George is a great fantasy writer until he finishes his story. We really can't. We can say he's a good fantasy writer. He's good at starting a fantasy series, but I'm not going to call him a good fantasy writer because he hasn't fucking finished anything. That's harder. Being inspiring is harder. But yeah, I like stuff. Fucking love The Godfather. Watch it over and over again. One of the greatest movies ever made. Is it a love affair with the mafia? It's romanticized, sure. Overrated comedic actors. Mine is Will Ferrell. Well, he is now Paul Craig. Like him and Jack Black, they've just become a shtick, like a character of themselves. I have the answer to the Reeves conundrum. Reeves or Reeve? It's novel, but could be bulletproof and make billions. Multiverse. Is it Reeves or Reeve? Not really sure. Just a passionate fan. Thank you for the $4.99. Robert McDonald for $20. Carry on, LMO. Premise. LA Airport. TSA hero. Couldn't get past the fact that Netflix race, gender, and BMI swapped so far from real TSA. Opposite of all the Disney and Netflix swap. Too jarring to take it seriously. What, a white guy working for TSA? They went reverse Netflix on it. Well, okay. He changes places with the black guy. Okay. The black guy was ranked higher than him. And Taron Egerton was just kind of a loser. I watched it last night. If you look at it as pure fantasy, and I mean pure fantasy, because there's shit going down. I don't want to ruin the movie, but there's a point where it gets definitive, like shit's going down, and they're like, we're not going to close the whole airport. We're just going to close gate 7. It's like, bullshit. They closed the entire fucking airport and evacuate it. Get the hell out of here. And then people just running through airports going, I'm a cop, and showing badges, and everybody just going, oh, okay, it's cool. Like, that would never fucking happen in an American airport. My favorite part was the black female detective. We have another black female detective. And now we need to, like, really, I might do this. I might go through all the fucking procedural shows and Netflix movies and count how many there is more black female detectives in Hollywood than there has ever actually been. It's so fucking funny. I see the girl come on and she's female detective. I mean, we need to do a League of Extraordinary Black Female Detectives. That's what we need to do. It's such a fucking trope now. It's such a trope. And their mindset is, well, black people don't like the police. So if we cast a black, but not just a black man, that would be too masculine. That would be too masculine, too toxic, too masculine. We'll do a black woman. We'll make her hair very short, and we'll have her be the detective. That's their thought process. It ain't mine. It's theirs. That's why they do it. Was she the best for the role? Well, they probably chose, they no, this needs to be a black female detective. And they probably thought, man, that people are not doing that. We are so progressive right now by casting the 1000th black female detective in a show in the last 3 years. I want the whole, like the League of Extraordinary Black Female Detectives, and they're all in like one department, right? That'd be great. So Carry On. It was Jason Bateman was good in it. It was fine. It was fine. It was a good streaming movie. But it had some moments. I can't even say. Can I? I get in trouble. The leverage used is like, I'm going to kill your wife, or I'm going to kill your gay husband. And just the family had a fun time with that one. We'll just say that. Watching Hassan is brain numbing. Don't. I don't, Paul Craig. Thank you. But you know what? They buried one of the gays. They did. They did. They did. I don't know. If you are sitting around with the fam, yeah, fire it up. Like if you got like nothing else to watch, but Jason Bateman was the best thing in it. But that ending, though, I'm like, huh? What? Yeah, you'll have to see. Merry Christmas, Gary Asenmauler. Thank you for years of great entertainment and hope. Even with all the bad shows this year, it has been great. Oh, it's been great. So thank you, Arm 51 Avenue, or is it Arm? Oh, that's a word, right? I keep forgetting it. Thank you for the $20. All right. So here's the deal. I like roasting shit, and I've done it forever. I didn't just like roll up on YouTube and I honed my roasting skills with my friends who would roast me, roast a movie, and then we're at work, we'd roast each other all the time. And then, you know what? If we got bored, we'd call each other up and roast each other on the phone because we're bored. And then like me and my wife roast each other all the fucking time. Me and my kids now. It's just, and my dad used to like it. I've come from a family of fucking sarcasm and smart asses, and that's, just where I was able to hone whatever skills I have for that. But we've always done this, even with good stuff. Our FNT is no different than me going to the movies with Doug, my friend Jay, and a few other guys, and then we go eat at like Round Table or something afterwards and just talk shit all night. Like it's just something I will continue to do when this goes away. I'll be in the fucking hospice roasting movies. Okay. It's fun. It's tons of fun. But it's because I love movies and I love TV shows. I love pop culture. I love comic books. I love this shit. My favorite part of the grifting argument is you're saying that I watched The Acolyte and I actually liked it, and I'm lying to you guys that I actually liked The Acolyte. If I actually liked The Acolyte, I would tell you. It's really that simple. It's not a hard thing to figure out here on YouTube. Tell the truth. Now, the dishonest man has a hard time comprehending the honest one, and not saying nobody's 100% honest all the time, but the constantly dishonest man with himself has a very hard time comprehending the honest man. And I know that because I was the dishonest man having a very hard time comprehending the honest man until I learned how to be honest, which is honest with myself first. Because the best liars can lie to themselves really fucking good. Rationalization. Whew, I can make anytime I was looking for drugs like a mission for God. I can make that. I could rationalize it in my head. Never too late to turn around. But yeah, they have a hard time with that. It's mostly content creators, which is weird. Isn't that such a strange coincidence? Aurora Uplinks could have had a River Song series, Merry Christmas. They could have, and maybe there was a time for that. I mean, I like the character of River Song. I do. But that time has passed. Hello, we are humble space miners escaping a corporate hellhole for a commune. We have chosen a spaceship equivalent to a semi with a trailer attached and forgot the mechanical tools. Wish us luck. Ed Song. That's a lot of TV shows, actually, and books. Merry Xmas, you filthy animals, says Lost for Words. Owen Knight says, Merry Christmas, Gary Muller and Az. I just wanted to thank you, as he inspired me and haven't had a soda in 6 months. Good. Yeah. I don't know, like anything in moderation. If you want to have one once in a while. Yeah, I just drink water or sparkling water, usually Pellegrino. Real Big Black Cast says Giant the World Ender. Okay. Could have read that one. Merry Christmas, you guys. Hope you had a good one. I did. Hope you guys. Did you have a good Christmas? Did you get everything you want? Did you already have everything you need? Oh, how do I say this name? My goodness. AC. Oh, okay. AC 130. Wasn't that hard for $5. Hello, longtime fan. Going to see Nosferatu with a girl tomorrow. All right. Is it your sister? You're saying with a girl. Is it your mom? No, just kidding. You think it'll be good? Could I shout out my new song Lost Boys? Can I get a shout out for my new song Lost Boys? Merry Christmas. And that's AC 130 Lost Boys. Merry Christmas. Of course you can get a shout out. And I hope you enjoyed it with a girl. And I hope you, and I mean, if it wasn't your mom and your sister and it was an actual date, I hope you had a good time afterwards. And don't go there, Chad. I'm talking about a nice meal, a nice conversation, especially if it's the first date. Just meal conversation, man. Play it cool. Act like you've been there before, even if you haven't. Fake it till you make it. Hotel soap. It's better than prison soap. For $5. Merry Christmas and thanks for all the laughs. Scrooged is great, and it always makes me tear up a bit at the end. That speech at the end is fantastic. Utterly fantastic. And I watched Scrooged. I watched, a lot of Christmas movies. Got a lot in. I didn't watch Jingle All the Way, and I didn't watch Elf this year. But I watched everything else. I mean, everything else. We even did Lethal Weapon 2, which has nothing to do with Christmas. Lethal Weapon starts with a Christmas song, starts with people saying Merry Christmas and blah, 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 blah. And then it ends with that. But it's hard to argue as a Christmas movie. But God, it's good. Holy shit, it's good. But comparatively to when you compare Lethal Weapon series to Die Hard, especially the first two, well, especially the first one, I'm going to probably get criticism for saying this. Die Hard's more grounded because of the end. The fight between Riggs and Mr. Joshua at the end while the cops are watching is me and my brother-in-law this is ridiculous. I love it, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I fucking love that movie. I love Mel Gibson in it. He's so good in it. Draven 73 for £5 Hi, Gary. I heard all Kurtzman Trek has now been decanonized. That is not true. See, that's where these rumors get crazy. So there's an episode where in Lower Decks, so that means Lower Decks is canon, which means Kurtzman Trek is canon. A Kurtzman Trek product, the Rick and Morty shitty Lower Decks, decanonized a version of the Klingons. So the Klingorks from the first 2 seasons, which everybody's forgotten about, who got themselves their first female president and were kept in line because the Federation put a bomb in the middle of Kronos, and the very stable mutinous Michael Burnham has the iPad with the fucking button that could blow up the fucking Klingon homeworld. That's what kept them in line. You think I'm joking? That's exactly what happened. So they explained away the Klingorks that operate in that universe. It could be interpreted. It could be interpreted that they erased Star Trek Discovery, or it could be interpreted that those Klingons came from another universe within Star Trek Discovery. Kurtzman Trek does not count. No Star Trek fan worth their salt is going to count Kurtzman Trek. And if I had to give up Picard season 3 to wipe out in a fucking second, I like Picard season 3. Stand by Picard season 3. It's a 7.5, 10 series. Gave Star Trek fans something Star Wars fans will never get, but they still had to work within the frames that Kurtzman Trek is tough. I'd say at best, Star Trek Discovery might be erased from canon. I think it's far more likely than those Klingons are erased from canon. I want Kurtzman Trek to be erased from canon. I would love some official from Skydance who, when they take over next month, say Kurtzman Trek is wiped out. Problem is, there's an existing deal and they're making more. So I've always felt that Star Trek should be put in the Kelvin. If you took Kurtzman Trek and put it in the Kelvin universe, I'd be fine with that. I think that would be a good compromise with Star Trek fans. We're just going to put this in the Kelvin universe. You want to know why they don't put it in the Kelvin universe? Number one, Jar Jar Abrams and Alex Kurtzman now hate each other. Maybe they always have. Don't really know. But they're different Star Treks. So we have, in my opinion, 3 different Star Treks running around. The rights to it are beyond confusing at this point. They're not fixed. So any hope you have of future merchandising or anything is gone. That's why unification was the single best thing I saw this year, because that was the goodbye everybody deserved for Star Trek. All Star Trek fans have earned that goodbye. And it was a goodbye to Kirk, Spock, but more importantly, it was a requiem and a goodbye, a final farewell to Star Trek. We will never see the likes of it again. It's been made even more clear by people who were given a lot of money, who just didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and they were allowed to have a party in the mansion and they burned it down. So sad. Okay, Merry Christmas from Sharp for $5. Merry Christmas. Alan Kerr for $10. Merry Christmas to the Fellowship. It started with Theory, continued to Mahler, introduced to Drinker, then to Gary, then to Az. Good times. All the best for 2025. All the best to you, Alan. For one, you spell your name correctly. My middle name is Alan. It's A-L-A-N. Hail, Merry Christmas to Star Wars Theory, and to Mahler, and to Drinker, and fuck Az. No Merry Christmas for him. Screw that guy. Screw Jeremy. He's a homosexual, man. Merry Christmas to Ryan. Because I know he'll just go, fuck you. You know, my favorite part is when I check in on Ryan going, you okay, buddy? Is everything okay? He's like, yeah. When he answers the phone, it's so funny. Every time you call Ryan, he answers the phone exactly like this. Hello. like the hardest thing for him to do in this life was to pick up the phone and say hello to you. It's so good. Uh talking about Christmas movies, but no love the Year Without Santa Claus, the one with Mr. Heatmiser. I love The Year Without Santa Claus. That got taken down early. So I remember as a kid, I'm like, where's my heat miser? Where's my cold miser? But you can watch it on Blu-ray now. I think it's like there's some that are in 4K now. Patrick Banks for $5. Talking about Christmas movie. Oh, I read that one. I'm older than Gary, so my three go-to Christmas movies are Wonderful Life, Christmas Carol, and Die Hard. Merry Christmas, guys. Yeah, Christmas Carol, it depends, like which version. Doc Holliday for $20. Which version? I like a lot of I like the old British version from the 30s and 40s. That's kind of my favorite. Draven 73 for £5 British. Hi, Gary. I heard all Kurt's. I read that one. Enemy of the State is a Christmas movie. I'll take your word for it. Rod Thunderheart for £2 says Enemy of the State is a Christmas movie. I'll take his word for it. Harukami for £5 British. UK reference best Christmas movie, The Great Escape. I love The Great Escape. Rye plants. You know what? I'm not going to be the kind of guy that tells you that something's not a Christmas movie to you. All right. I'm not going to be that bold. Dired 1 and 2, Family Man, Nick Cage, and While You Were Sleeping, Sandra Bullock. Merry Christmas to all, says Rebecca Gold. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Ian. Ian Careless for $5. Mahler, when are you going to watch Star Trek The Next Generation? I think you'll eventually get around to it. He really enjoyed Star Trek. But once he sees OG and then Next Generation, he will, at that point, even without seeing the great DS9 and the not so great Voyager, he'll have his reference to now like see why people are upset. He'll be all, oh. We love as fighting. Just got a job in the Teamsters Union, and it's brutal. 100 pounds overweight and working through it. Pain is temporary, right? Yes, it is. K-Fish, $4.99. This too shall pass, my friend. Laborious job. We will shed the pounds. The Meister for $19.99. Merry Christmas. Love you guys and ready for another year watching. God bless and many safe returns. P.S. I'm concerned that there is too many storylines going on in the Superman trailer. What do you think? That would be my concern too. And I don't think they did anything to resolve any of those concerns. Rod Thunderheart for 20 Canadian pesos. Hail Gary, Az, and Mahler. May I plug my book? Yes, of course. See Through Love at Frisian Press. A Spanish teacher who can become invisible when angry, but when aroused, it happens uncontrollably. It's shocked to discover a new gym teacher can see her. Uh-oh. So that's Rod Thunderheart, and it is See Through Love at Frisian. See Through Love at Frisian Press. Thank you, Rod. Sorry I didn't get that on Christmas, buddy. Fabian Finlay for £5 British. I have heard that STD is no longer canon in Star Trek. Not sure if it's true, but I hope so. Yeah, I just explained that. I want it to be true. I don't want to shit on anybody's good day. It's not my intention at all. But just what I read. It's in Matt McGloin's Cosmic Book News. I think he's the only one that I saw who reported on it. I will go and watch the episode that it's in, and I'll get to the bottom of it. But based on what I've heard, and Matt McGloin explains it pretty well in his article, that it's getting rid of the Klingons. Start of Game of Thrones. When does it go to shit? After season 4, Dragon Supreme 12. I mean, season 5's fine, but it's not as good as 1 through 4. But season 5 does have the series' best episode. Hardhome. Hardhome is everything we were promised. Mary Halemus says, Curvundi, thank you for the $2. For $5, Ed Song says, Mahler, I watched Romulus for free and I wanted my money back. That film was somehow worse than you described. I will take some store credit. Yeah, Ed, it's funny. When that came out, Mahler, yours truly to a certain extent, but Mahler and others got a lot of shit. And I think it's because that director is popular, and I don't hate the director. I think if he went and did his own stuff, he'd be really good. I think it's like stylistically, he's good, very good. I like the sets, I like the props, I like the look. The whole look was great. The movie was nothing. The movie was regurgitated themes and plots from the past. They found that Nostromo in the middle of it was vaporized. It blew up 3-4 fucking times at the end of Alien. Okay, at the end of Alien, the first movie, not the second movie. It's ridiculous. It's like a relatively talented cover band of the Rolling Stones did a greatest hits cover of the Rolling Stones, and that's going to appeal to the moms and dads of the cover band and probably some local fans. But that's it. That's what it is. Gray goes for $20. Glad to have found the fellowship a couple of years ago. Hail to Gary Az and the long man himself. Hail to the chat. Jeremy is a foot-sniffing fig because Die Hard will always be a Christmas movie. Merry Christmas. It will be. That debate is over. We ended it on EFAB. Jose Taco, did you speak to the guy from France about the art? I have not, Jose Taco. It's the holidays, brother. We will do it after the holidays. And there is actually somebody who's offered in France right now who's offered to possibly go by if I talk to that person. But the conversation will be this, Jose Taco. Do you have it? And he goes, oui, I have the picture. This is exactly how I was going to sound. And then I'm going to go, and this is going to hurt. How much? And then he's going to tell me. I'm going to go, fuck. I mean, so people have asked, I was asked what my holy grail collectible was, and it's to get back a commission piece that John Byrne did for me. Fantastic Four artist, where it's Spider-Man, Batman, Catwoman, Black Cat with Alfred on a double date, barbecuing on the top of a city. It's a beautiful picture. It is beautiful. And I sold it for dope in my relapse. I sold it for dope. So I'm like, if I could have that thing back, that'd be awesome. But it also serves as a great lesson, Jose A. Taco. And I have to remember that. Should I even buy it back? I'd love to have it back. But haven't asked my sponsor, but I know what he'd say. And he would say, do you really need it back? Or is it something else? Is it something else? Is it the regret? And I'd be all, yeah. Yeah, it is. But is it going to fix anything? Yeah, it'd look really cool on my wall. No, yeah, but no, I think it does serve as a great lesson. It does. Paul Moore for $20. George C. Scott, still my favorite Scrooge. Not bad. Black Mage 9 for $20 says, Mahler, tell everyone how great 90s Grinch was. 90s Grinch? You mean the Jim Carrey one? Was that in the 90s? My dad helped Audrey Geisel with the finances. He was advising her on that right before he died. She did not like the movie. Audrey Geisel's Ted Geisel's widow at the time. Ted was already gone. Ted Geisel is Dr. Seuss. My dad was Dr. Seuss's accountant. Mr. Mojo for $5. Hail as Gary Mahler. Thanks for the free laughs and entertainment. Merry Christmas. You're welcome. Thanks for the free laughs from you guys are funnier than us. I got my YouTube music summary for 2024. Dan Vasc is my most listed artist. So I guess I'm gay. Yes, I was just going to mention that you're pretty gay, but damn, Merry Christmas to you, you filthy animals, says the Mork for $4.99. It's all right. We support our gay friends here. Merry Christmas, gents and chat. Hail, says Model Bird for $2 Australian. Thank you very much. No Face for $9.99. Hail, just watched Rankin Bass Rudolph, and I'm traumatized by the dentist elf that pulled out the abominable snowman's teeth with no anesthesia. Jesus wept. I know, fucking brutal. Little gay Nazi elf. That's what he was. Little Mengele. Gay Mengele elf. Oh, brother, where art thou? Is a great parody of the Odyssey. Yes, I mean, it kind of is. That's what it is. John Recultured. But I fucking love Oh, brother, where art thou? I love that movie. Any predictions for 25? Merry Christmas, lovelies. Gosh darn it, for 2 Canadian pesos. I predict George R. R. Martin will finish Winds of Winter. I'm just kidding. I just noticed that we are not far off from 5,000 days. Today was, I think, 4,916 days since the release of A Dance with Dragons. So we are not far off. We are not far off from 5,000 days. Any predictions? Oh boy, I'm terrible at those. I am terrible at those. Oh, I can't say that because that's based on actually stuff I know. You're gonna get some. I think you're gonna get. Well, no, I'm not even gonna say that. I predict. There's a great song by Sparks called "I Predict." I'd have to think about that. Oh, I predict Snow White will bomb. Is that easy? Captain America 4 will bomb. Is that easy? Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, if done right, could be better than House of the Dragon. Even though the House of the Dragon's got a bunch of dragons and Knights of the Seven Kingdoms does not. It's a little bit of a tighter story. So if done right, it could be better. We'll see. That one I got my eye on. Hey, we got no Rings of Power. We got no House of the Dragon next year. Another year without a Star Wars movie. We're getting a lot of Marvel stuff. Somebody is calling me. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Estravzende, blah, blah. Okay, I don't even know what that is, Razorburn. Thank you for the $2. Merry Christmas to all, as I miss your gaming stream, says Gary Foister for 50 British pounds. Oh, he'll be back to him. He's traveling right now. Hey, maybe I'll make up for it by doing my own gaming stream. So we're going to do, oh God, I don't want to. Okay. Squid Game watch party. I think. What's today? Today's Thursday, right? So tomorrow morning, we'll watch the first episode before FNT. I'll do it like after I get back from the gym. So it'll probably be like 11 or so, 11 or 12. But if you're a member, we will do an episode 1, maybe 2, but probably just 1. Squid Game season 2 watch party. And then we will continue Clarkson's Farm. Tentatively it's Sunday. Could switch it to Saturday, but tentatively it's Sunday morning. Again, those are for members. And then in the evening, like towards over the weekend, I'm probably gonna game stream. It's just I wish I could give you an exact time, but the family's in town, so it'll be like after everybody's asleep, basically, like late at night. But we will be doing it. We'll be doing some gamming and some watch parties as we wait for the top 5 woke disasters of 2024 to come out, which could come out Monday or Tuesday. Probably going to do Tuesday. I'm superstitious. Keep with tradition. We've been releasing it on the 31st. Might as well just stick with that. But Perry's almost done. I've seen a lot of it. His cuts are he's just getting, I don't know how he's getting better. The best video he's ever cut by far, without a doubt, without question. My favorite video we've done on this channel is the top 10 Disney Star Wars disasters. I was asked what my personal favorite is. It's that one. It's that one. Mahler, you're going to go try Atomic Heart DLC. I'm going to just say yes. I don't know if he is or not, but now I'm going to commit him to it. B takes. So now he's committed. Alexandro Belailio. Sorry, I messed up your last name for $9.99. Happy Christmas, you filthy animals. I will be a dad in 2025. Oh, congratulations. Hope my boy, gal, has some good stuff to watch in the future. Well, you know what? You're going to be a good dad. They already have enough good stuff to watch for the rest of their lifetime if they stop making good movies tomorrow, which they mostly have. For those who didn't know, Gary is Az's cousin. Jeremy is Gary's niece's husband. Ryan is Hitler's son. And Mahler is related to everyone because he fucks a lot. Says Magnum Norris for $10. Mahler's like the Genghis Khan of the universe. Lefty Raccoon for $5. Christmas swatting context. Noisy neighbors. Oh, okay. So you got swatted on Christmas. All right. Noisy neighbors. Thought it was a home invasion because I'm a Texan and my truck with out-of-state plates in driveway. Sis did a FOIA. Oh, fucking A, man. That is retarded. That is fucking retarded. Bro, one time there was a home invasion next door in San Francisco, and I was streaming. And I had no idea it happened. I had no idea it happened till the stream was over. Went out to have a cigarette because I was smoking cigarettes at the time. And I'm like, oh, what are all these cops doing in front of my neighbor's house? And I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, yeah, home invasion. I'm like, you're kidding, right? I was home the whole fucking time. So you didn't hear anything? I'm all, no. You didn't see anything? Obviously, because I didn't hear anything. Oh my God. That's where the conflict begins, ladies and gentlemen. If of course it would be hard. But if I witnessed somebody breaking into my fucking neighbor's house and the cop asked me for a description, I would. But it would be like Fonzie apologizing. It would be all, I saw what he looked like and he was, I'd have to probably write it down or something. Be very difficult for me to talk to a cop, even if it's like protecting my neighbor, who I liked quite a bit, by the way. Member of the Chinese consulate, by the way. Probably a full-on commie, but couldn't have been the nicest guy. He's the nicest guy. He was super nice. I think he liked America. I think he liked America. I think he did. Or he was just spying on us to take us all over. But he'd always bring me cigarettes. He's all, here you go. I get him cheap. Thanks, bro. That loud dude for $10. Sorry if I offended anyone. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Christ is king. Don't. Yeah, apologizing here is super gay. Unless you really did something wrong. Like if I really did something wrong, I'd apologize, of course, without question. Thank you for the super sticker, Cord Pop, for the $199. It looks like I can't even. God, my eyes are bad. Hang on. Let's see what this is. I got mine. It's a bird. It's something standing on a chair. I don't even know what the fuck that is. They need to describe these things for me. Aided clock for $5. Gary and Mahler, which would you prefer for a story fix? Decarbonize the terrible characters, decarbonize, or reset of the lore. So decanonize the terrible characters or reset the lore of the universe. Okay, so if you want to fix something in the universe, you take the terrible characters and you actually give them a good story to die in. Like the new, like you kill them off. You send them off. If you want to keep them in story, the problem is they're like, if we're talking specifically about, like, it depends on what we're talking about. So if you're talking about DC, there's so many characters that have been made gay, you have to reset the whole thing. With Marvel, so much damage is done now, you would have to do the unthinkable for Marvel Comics and their continuity and reset it completely. Like DC does it every few years. Marvel's never really done it. So, I mean, they did a soft one, but they've never really done it. Unless, as far as when I was reading, they could have done it in the last year. I wouldn't have cared because comics don't matter. I wish they did. But as far as pop culture is concerned, video games matter first, above all. Film and television, publishing, sci-fi fantasy, which has been totally infiltrated by activists. And that one's gone. But what's good is the publishers will get broken up and it'll just become independent publishing. Comics are per capita in much better shape in countries like France and Japan and South Korea. Per capita, I think somebody tried to push the number of $2 billion was the comic book industry, was how much it generated, not profited, generated. But that was conflating kids' books numbers and manga numbers. And in truth, if you want to take it to the superhero comic book, I think it's pretty consistently for the last 15 years been under $1 billion. And in a lot of places, 700 million, like a $700 million industry. Compare that to a $145 billion industry, which is the gaming industry, which dwarfs television and film combined. And I think if you piled on live sports in the United States, that would still dwarf it. Now, if you bring in soccer, that's different. But recently got done rewatching B5. If evolution and ending of Londo and Jakar's arcs and friendship doesn't pull your heartstrings and shed a tear, you need to rethink things. They are my two favorite characters in the show. Their whole arc is amazing. I like that show. It's fun. And like most everybody in it is dead, which is weird. A lot of the cast is dead. Like an unreasonable amount of people from that show are dead. Mahler, can you spend 5 hours telling us why you don't like Agatha? By the way, I'm a grown-ass man. This is Magnum Norse for $5. He could, but things have to be worth his time, right? They have to be worth his time. Remember a year ago when Gary said Mahler agreed to tackle one each month for 2024? Yes, and we're planning it next month. Yeah, it got the year got away. Sorry, offer, but we are working on it. Here's the deal. We know if we commit to that is a commitment that we have to stick with and not bail out on, which I wouldn't do. Drive in of the Damned for $9.99. My Christmas wish is a second season renewal of The Acolyte, simply for the coverage y'all gave it this year. I'm gonna miss laughing at that dumpster fire. I am too. I am with you. Hashtag renew The Acolyte. Joe Z Uba Geek for £5 British. Gary, when you guys come to the UK, make it a UK summertime so I can have my time off. I will be able to come to my first FNT meetup. Merry Christmas. What's UK summertime? Is it different than American summertime? It's like June, right? During the summer, June, July, August. Maybe, but I think it's going to be more like May for us, but we'll see. The Tweaky Kid for $9.99. Merry Christmas to all. I'm getting ready for my traditional Christmas Eve call with my niece and nephew by doing a horrible impression of Critical Drinker as an elf. That's great. Bless all who stream on Christmas Eve and or Christmas. Y'all help way more than you know. Copied kitty. Glad you can hang out. Magnum Norris. Jeremy will suck his own cock before admits defeat. You're probably right, Magnum Norris. I'm not going to argue with that. Like he's a good arguer. Offer Nave. Watch Space Camp 1986. Solid film with Leah Thompson, Kate Capshaw. I've seen it. I saw it in the theaters. Tom Skerritt, Terry O'Quinn, Larry B. Scott, Black Nerd from Revenge of the Nerds, and Joaquin Phoenix as the robot's voice. I watched that back in the day. Still going to read Santa's Husband. We did it later in the episode. We did it towards the end. God bless you, Gary and Saint Mungo. Thank you, Big J and Nemsai. Phantom Space Mountain for $20. Merry Christmas, gang. Longtime lurker. The best argument for Die Hard not being a Christmas movie is that it is an Advent movie. Thank you for all you do. The Fellowship revived my nerdy side. Super runaway. Awesome. Jimmy D's Rec Room for $5 Australian. Hey, did you hear that Sauron was into shopping center management? All he wanted was a ring to rule them all. I'll give it to you. Merry Christmas. Woodsy won for $10. Ho, 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 you homos. Merry Christmas to everyone here tonight, and thank you to Gary, Mahler, and Az for being here. Remember, if you guys, if you're buying Az a gift, he likes them. He likes them like he likes men with boobs. This is true. Mahler, I dare you to rewatch JJ Trek. Now that you've had a full OT experience, you need to experience how truly awful they are. Yeah, that's kind of I think you should. Rocky Severino. Ernest Saves Christmas is the last great Christmas movie. Corn Pop, thank you for the super sticker for $1.99. Sean M for $5. Check out The Silent Partner, Christopher Plummer, Elliot Gould, and a bake robbing Santa, and even John Candy. What more could you possibly want? The Silent Partner. I probably saw that. Kelwin, 58 for $10. Gary, let's try it again. Oh God, why? Why do we have to try it again? He's trying to get me to say Feliz Navidad in German. Okay. Walschneich, Asch, Deutschland. 999. There, I did it. I only know like my German grandma who spoke fluent German. The only thing she always went, ach, der Lieber. That's all I remember. Project, and the other Germans probably from watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. So all the German lines in that I know. Project VO Pod for $20. Andrew Wilson. He's been on Piers Morgan. He's a conservative debater. Would love to set up a Star Wars debate. Andrew Wilson's claim is that the Empire were the good guys. Your audience would enjoy this exchange. Thought I'd ask. I mean, some people have made that argument. That the Empire were just trying to bring order to the galaxy, and the Republic were a bunch of bureaucratic idiots, and well, they kind of were. But yeah. So debate that the good guys blew up a planet full of people, innocent people. That'd be a good debate. I love Scotch. Scotchity Scotch. Merry Christmas for $2. One brown girl for $5 says, Merry Christmas from Jersey. Hopefully nothing crazy happens here in the nothing state. I know I give Jersey a lot of shit, except for the people who support us, live there. I like you. Dude, my whole impression of Jersey was going, I think I drove through Jersey. Where the fuck were we? It looked like a hellhole. Now, it was like the 70s, so I'm sure it's much improved since then. But parts of California are complete fucking hellhole too. So Blackadder, not I, for 50 British pounds says, just watch The Northman. Good prequel to Violent Night. Merry Christmas, you gosh darn sons of guns. Much love. Glad to see Az is in the homeland. Tell him to give Shad a high five. I will. David Smart, as you say, I only buy the old comics. Yes, David. Yes. Merry Christmas, my friend, to you and your family. 10 years of great content. Here's to 10 more. Cheers. Brian Smart. Brian Smart would know. It's okay. So the channel is 10 years old. We started dropping podcasts and live streams on there back in 2014, 2015, 2016, but we really didn't start doing like regular stuff until 2017. Like we were doing like once a month, but then it kind of bumped up, and then we just started reviewing the shit out of TV shows. I was looking back, yeah, we'd pop out a video like every other day, just did it for fun. Nobody watched. It was great. They're terrible. They're awful. Brian's been here since the beginning. Love you, Brian. Love you, Brian. Yeah, the channel was created January 7th, 2014. So we're coming up on its 11th anniversary. 11th anniversary. My sober birthday is tomorrow. So God willing, I stay sober till tomorrow. I'll be at 11 years. Sci-Fi Fly for $10. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Hope to see you in Orlando at MegaCon. I hope you're there too. First time super chat. Oh, well, thank you. Sorry I missed it. I'll see you at MegaCon. Jeremy will have the details. I am there to support. I am there to help. This is a Geeks and Gamers thing. So, but I'll be there. I'll do whatever I need to do to help out Jeremy out, but he's your point man to go for the dates and all that stuff. And I do believe the last time I heard him say it on Cobra Cast is they're trying to iron out a day for the meetup, and they will have it soon. Probably want to get past the holidays, get past Christmas and New Year's and Hanukkah. Don't want to forget our Jewish friends out there. We have a lot of Jewish friends out there. Robert McDonald. Northman could have been much bigger hit if it had played into the fact that it is a retelling of a much earlier version of Hamlet. The movie might have been able to get the academic snobs out to see it, to promote it. Yeah, well, it was told as a mythical tale. That's what it was told as, basically. It gets a little into the fantastic, which I love. I adore that movie. I know it's not for everybody, but I fucking love it. I love it. I am becoming a pretty big Robert Eggers fan. I like all his stuff, which is fucking awesome, man. So yeah, it's nice to have a director to root for. I root for Nolan too. I'm not like Jeremy level with Nolan, which is a naked picture of Nolan, a 6x9 banner on a ceiling, that he looks at every night. That's in a cuddle pose with Trump. But I like Nolan. If somebody made a Trump body, I might have to do that for Jeremy's birthday. Make him a Trump body pillow. What do you think? I'm sure they make custom here. Of course, I'm going to look it up right now. Hang on. Fuck it. Let's do it. Custom body pillows. Custom photo body pillows. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, I know what Jeremy's getting. I have a gift that's been sitting here for a year for him that I need to send him. He was a good boy this year, so I didn't send it. Fuck him. No, I have a pretty awesome gift for him. I think Gary is avoiding his wife. I'm not avoiding my wife. I hung out with my wife last night. I believe in the Red Angel Mitchell Burnham. Oh, do I say Mitchell? Michael Burnham, the Red Angel. Why did I say Mitchell Burnham? God. Well, enjoy the last couple of years of Nerdrotic, as my brain is obviously in cognitive decline. Should be fun towards the end. BPE 592009 for $20. Thank you very much. I believe in the Red Angel. Michael Burnham says Brett Dean. Fuck, the Red Angel was retarded. My dad's having a great Christmas Eve. He fell off a ladder and fractured his foot today. At least his other foot works. I mean, be grateful. No, I'm glad he's okay. You know what? Dad's getting on ladders is a dangerous thing. I think Gary, I read that one. Merry Christmas. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, Usagi Akimbo. I met Stan Sakai from Usagi Ojimbo. Super nice guy. Drew us custom pictures for my son's school. We were doing a benefit because my oldest son went to a Japanese bilingual bicultural school, so he learned in the because he's quarter Asian son, so we wanted him to learn for lack of a better term from a cracker, the Asian way, which is you learn English and you learn an Asian language, and it helps your brain recognize characters, because recognizing characters is recognizing the Japanese. It actually makes your brain work a little harder, and I guess it worked out because he's really fucking smart. He's a smart ass, but he is our son. So, but he's really smart. Fear the Tardo for $5. Thank you, Fear the Tardo. Merry Christmas, Reggie and Mom and Mama, and Happy Nuclear. Merry Christmas to all, and lock it in. Yay! Yay! WG has gifted 5. Oh man, you can't go back and look. X-Ray Girl, if you're out there, if you're listening, it was Zan Zoltan. Zan Zoltan, I remember the name. Zan Zoltan. I have to do the math. Hang on. Zan Zoltan. Fucking Zan Zoltan. I have to, hang on. Gifted 70 Nerdrotic memberships for $350. Hail! Hail! We'll repeat that on FNT. X-Ray Girl, I know you're listening because you're totally ignoring your family and you're listening to me right now. How do we look up gifts? Oh, we have to just go back to the stream. YouTube. You know how you make a little list of your? That's really great. I'm super grateful that you like keep track of the super chats in the chats in the back end, so we can go find them again. Could you do that with gifted subs, please? Please. Thank you. A new member, my brother, my sobriety brother, my brother in Tolkien. This man knows the fucking lore. Him and Middle Earth Mixer, really good fucking accounts to follow on Twitter. Middle Earth Mixer and this guy right here, this motherfucking Chad right here. Hi, King Fainer, Alpha Chad of Middle Earth has become a member. It's a damn good follow on Twitter too, especially if you love Tolkien. That's your guy. Love you, man. One day at a time. David Harvey has given 10 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Thank you very much. Let's fit it. And Jace Hardy is a new member. Flav. Merry Christmas, Gary. Merry Christmas, chat. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for being a member for 13 months. Maybe gay Doctor Who could be better if either Jeremy or Dan Vass played the Doctor and companion. It would be better. Actually, I think Dan Vass would be the Doctor and Jeremy would be the companion, right? I mean, because Dan Vass is gay, but he's smart. Jeremy's gay, and I'm not going to say retarded. I'm going to say a very average intelligence. A very average intelligence. And I say that as somebody of very average intelligence. Now, my intelligence used to be a little better. But again, I go back to cognitive decline due to a rather alarming amount of drugs done within a certain amount of time. It's not good for you. Lady Gravemaster I don't know why she's a member. She's a member of the team. What's up? That means if he had written for 16 minutes a day, he would have written approximately 1.5 pages a day. So he could have roughly 7.5 thousand pages today. Never getting that book. No, we're never getting that book. We're never getting that book, Lady Greymaster. Oh no. See, the reason I looked it up is it says right here, 364 days until next Christmas. But I also was going to fit in there and 4,916 days since the release of A Dance with Dragons, but I was a little long. 4,916 motherfucking days since the release of the last book. SJ Almighty's a new member. Hail. Thank you. And WG has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Thank you, WG. Appreciate it. All right. I'm done. We're done. If I missed some, because it's hard to tell, to be honest with you, so I probably did. X-Ray Girl's going to go over it, and we'll reread them either on on one of the live shows. We'll just reread it. Hopefully, I gave them. I'm not bugging my peeps. Like Perry and I are in a little bit of conversation, but I really want them to be with their families. And even today, I recognize Boxing Day in this house. That's something a tradition Melissa started. She had a British boss. And I think there's some people over. I think we have people over at the house right now. And then I'm going to go see Nosferatu tonight. Nosferatu. Then, even between now and then, I'm going to be watching Squid Game. So before I go, anybody seen the first couple episodes without spoilers? What are you thinking so far? Have you seen Squid Game? It's a long time since season 1. Jeremy has whelmed intelligence. Well, so do I. I gave everybody a bonus this year. If you're asking, they all are a member of the Jelly of the Month Club. Okay. It is the gift that keeps on giving the whole year round. Okay. Jeremy has an above average Alabama intellect. That's pretty good for him, to be honest with you. That's pretty good for him. Bro, free food. I'll take, hell yeah, all day fucking long. People think when my work, it depends on where it was, but most places gave bonuses, and it was a cash bonus. And it was depending on your job, it was a percentage of your paycheck. So it'd be like between, and this is 20 years ago, $300, $500, right? As I went on, they went to 1,000, but they'd also give you some gift cards, right? And, I don't know, people kind of took those for granted. I'm like, holy shit, I got free fucking food, motherfucker. Yeah. And I used them. I used all of my gift cards. Fuck yeah, I used my gift cards. Never turned down free food. Jesus. You ever been starving? You ever been starving? Has anybody seen Squid Game? No, I just want to talk shit about Jeremy, which I respect. I'm carefully excited. I'm starting tomorrow. Yes. So what'd you think so far? Not yet. Yes. Not watching it tonight. Yes, I have. I liked it. Season 1 was better. I mean, if it's still good, I'm fine with that. Not yet. First season is better. No, thanks. No, if you say it's good, well, I'll find out. I'm engaged, but I'm only 35 minutes into the first episode. So season 1 is, it should have been called Octopussy. You're right. David Rayner. They should have called it Octopussy. Eric over at Forbes, I mostly trust his TV taste. Mostly, not all the time. He said Dexter the Dexter prequel was unexpectedly good. So, we'll have to see about that. Yeah, I'm more excited about Nosferatu. I like Squid Game. I love the first one. I just don't think it needed a second one. But if it doesn't take away from it, that's good. That's good. That's all. And Altered Carbon season 1 was ace as well. Just Squid Game season 1. Then the future happened. Yeah, I've watched Altered Carbon season 1 5 times. I fucking love that. It's so good. It's so good. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for taking the time for this Boxing Day. I want you to go out, have fun. Have fun. We'll be on Friday Night Tights tomorrow with Mahler discussing Nosferatu. Hopefully he's going to get to see it. Some Squid Game, of course. And then the events of the rest. If you are a member, look for some member streams. Also look for a sneak peek. A sneak peek. If you're a member of the Gandalfs, over on Nerdrotic, you get a sneak peek of the top 5, and that will be, I gotta ask Perry what's okay to but we that'll probably be Saturday, and then Forbidden Frontier returns this Sunday. We will be right here on this channel. By the way, January is the time. This is going to be, probably should mention this, I'll make a video. Nerdrotic Live is turning into Forbidden Frontier starting in January. It's turning into Forbidden Frontier. So any square ups or uploaded live streams, well, like the old ones will stay here. I'm not going to get crazy, but we're going to move them to Nerdrotic Daily. So the nooner uploads, and like whatever square ups I do, or whatever live TV reviews. So what I used to do here, not so much anymore, but we'll go over to Nerdrotic Daily. So we got that. We good. Most of you are not going to get that. Most of you are going to wonder what the hell's happening. So I'm going to do a video. And even then, most people won't see it. And that's fine. That's the way it goes. Changing a channel is, ask Daily Wire and Brett Cooper right now. But I figure if I try to communicate it as much as possible, most of you will, Nerdrotic is Toxic will be happening over there, but we will be doing Nerdrotic is Toxic on the main channel too. Who knows? Nosferatu could be a Nerdrotic is Toxic review. But yeah, things will be changing there, and you guys are awesome. Thanks to the Modrotics, as always. Thanks to Lady Gravemaster. Thanks to my team. I have the best diversity hires on the planet. My diversity hires are better than yours. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I just make the observations. And I love my little checked boxes. They're great. They're great. So we have a lot of fun to be had over this next week. So I don't know who else is streaming. Go find one of our friends who are streaming. Thank you to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. Thanks for joining us on our Christmas stream. We have a lot more fun stuff to come. Thank you, everyone. See you next time. Ciao.